What's going on, Tamers? It's your boys, the host of the one, the only, the greatest podcast in the world. Let me rephrase, the best Digimon podcast in the world, Dan and Gino. And we have a special guest today, Brito, the one that's in, I guess, my middle at the moment. I don't know where we're going to be placing in the recording. I love talking about where we are because where we're located when we record is never the same as y'all see it usually. So it's just funny just to say it. Welcome, Brito. This is the special episode. This is all going on Beelzemon today. Beelz this, Beelz that. I hate it, but we're here to talk about it anyways. How are you today, my friend?
Dude, I'm excited. I just love talking about Beelzemon.
Even his one sentence of "How are you?" I love talking about Beelzemon. Great.
TLDR, Beelzemon.
Yeah. Basically.
Welcome, friends, to Tales from the Trash.
Oh, damn. The TOT, you know?
Nah, he's been holding that one for a while.
Literally just came up with it off the top of my head.
Gino be quick with it. Gino be off the top of the head.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How are you, Gino? I didn't get to you yet.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Vacation started today for me, so I'm off for 2 full weeks. So I'm all about chilling.
Nice.
I'm off the whole week as well myself, and part of next week, so I'm chilling as well. And
Nice.
Brito's just doing Brito things and still working. How unfortunate.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said even through Christmas.
Absolutely.
Oh man, we're having a fun pod today, I think. But you know, as usual, we're gonna talk about locals. Brito, any locals to talk about for you throughout the week or this past week that passed for you?
I guess I could talk about the most recent locals where I went X1, and it was one of those where they didn't stop until those one undefeated because I was the last undefeated in the 3rd round, and then the 4th round I paired into like a bad matchup and I just lost there, and I went from being 1st place to like 3rd. Felt bad.
Oh no.
Yeah. Do you want to get more depth with it?
Matchups. Yeah, matchups.
All right, well,
tell us about it. What you played?
Talk it up.
I actually was not playing Beelzemon this time. I was playing Beelz and Friends.
That's
Seven
why
Great
you
Demon
lost,
Lords.
sir. Oh, okay, no.
Yeah, I would say that's why I lost, because I think every single round that I played, I could have beaten it with Beelzemon, except for my last round. No, last round I definitely could have won. First round was Beelzemon. It was a guy that I'm teaching how to play Beelzemon, and that's when I decided. As soon as I sat across from him round 1, I'm like, let me bring out 7 Great Demon Lords. In my opinion, Beelzemon has a good matchup into 7 Great Demon Lords, so I was trying to give him some. I don't want to say a crutch, but I wanted to give him an opening to see if he could win. No, he had very, how to say it? He killed himself many times. 3 cards left in deck, and he's like, let me see. Good idea. Hard drop EX10 Balmon and just milled himself out, put me to 7. I just passed. Yeah. So round 1 is my opponent essentially gave me the win. Round 2 was against I already forgot what it was. All I know is I beat it 2-0. It was actually very easy. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I just remembered that I think my opponent bricked. And then round 3 was against Hoodie, which was probably the hardest matchup I had that day. But fortunately, he also had somewhat awkward hands, which gave me enough time to try to win in a very specific way, where I'm like, I could try to go for a Gudo, but I also have a very sneaky play where I can win by just clearing my opponent's security and swinging with like Belfa X. But my opponent, I think, didn't see that and instead wanted to hurt me by doing a Gudo. So he was stopping plays to do a Gudo, which he didn't realize he was also stopping my Belfamon swing for game kind of plays. And I was getting very, very tilted up until the very end where he essentially decked out because it was a very grindy game too. And then round 4 was against Jessmon, and that guy he knew the matchup. He had a level 6 in the front, 12, 13k, and he's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna Huckmon and then Jessmon in the back pass. And just warp, and then next turn he would just hard drop the Ganku unaffected, clear your security. What are you gonna do about it? It was rough. It was rough.
I said I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
You gotta use those biting crushes, man.
Dude, I had him in hand, but I would do the biting crush, and the first thing he'd do is like, all right, that's cool. Ganku.
Ganku doesn't stop biting crush.
So he hard drops the Ganku, on Play of the Genku, going to Genku X, all his Digimon are now unaffected by Digimon effects. So it doesn't matter what he plays. Okay, but let's say he has an empty field out and he has the Jesmon in the back.
Sure.
He's going to promote, swing, spawn a bunch of things. Great. I could play the Biting Crush preemptively to try to bait it out. But if he just Yeah. So it's he knew exactly what to
do. Crimson Blaze in your deck. In your all purple deck, gotta run that Crimson Blaze somehow.
There is a 4 of in the deck that is half red. Yeah.
Creepy?
Yeah. Looks just like you too.
Quite creepy, right?
Yeah, creepy. Absolutely. I'm kidding. But yeah, that's pretty much what Locals was. It was me trying to have fun, trying to mess with people to try to win in specific ways, but then at the last round the guy's like, nah, this is my game, dude.
Yeah. Tragic. Trash. Just like Beelzemon.
Dude, can you teach me how to play the game? I clearly don't know.
I got you.
You got me. All right, I'll start ordering
skill, not just luck, you know? We don't mill ourselves to death to win, you know? No, I'm kidding. Oh my god. Gino, how about you?
So I won our locals. We have very small locals this week, just 4 of us. So 2 rounds and we're done. I was on the fence between having a lot of fun or having a little fun. I'm like, I'm gonna play one of my fun decks. Which one's it gonna be? And originally I was gonna play Bloomlord. I put Bloomlord back together. I threw the new Rosemon and the new Lilamon in, and actually did some work. I played some fun games, but I ultimately decided to play Beelzemon. I was having a lot of fun playing Beelzemon lately. The combo you can do, I OTK'd my first round opponent from 6 security in one turn, which felt incredible. With just Beelzemon, only the Beelzemon stack. Yeah. So there's this crazy combo you can do, and I'll talk about it. But first, I guess I'll just talk about it since that's how I won. I think that's how I won both games against him. Is I just did the big Belf punch. So the combo is you establish Beelzemon. You use the newest rage mode to do 3 checks, and you need just, honestly, it doesn't even matter how much memory you have as long as you have your setup. So you go into Belfa X. Belfa X says, okay, swing without suspending. You do 3 more checks. Now, new Akihiro. So first you resolve Beelzemon X. End of turn, I'll Evo into sleep mode, but I will neglect to do the effect so I can still swing. Then you use Akihiro's effect, tuck him underneath, and Evo into a Beelzemon X that's in your trash and get another swing. So you're essentially doing 9 checks that turn, but you don't really need to do 9 checks.
Yeah. You clear security, then hit for game on the end of turn.
Yep. And it feels so good to get.
You're evil. You're evil, dude.
Oh. So I played against round 1. I played against Poseidomon. He was playing Atmon, the Poseidomon deck, and I remember in game 1 he established Poseidomon pretty quickly, and I remember he gave it reboot with the Consolemon effect when he linked it. He gave it reboot blocker, and he's like, okay, reboot, and I'm like, hold on, end of opponent's turn, pop that before it can unsuspend and evade. Because you tuck old Akihiro under your Beelzemon sleep mode and then you pop it. So he wasn't ready for that, and then I cleared his board and did the big combo turn. And yeah, game 2 went very similarly. And then round 2 was against Dan. Dan will talk about his deck a little more, but he is playing again his Creepymon / Dan Devi deck. It's pretty cool. It does some neat things, but it helps me way too much. Puts all of my cards in the trash for me because you're doing the mill. And yeah, so I got the combo. I remember for game 2, he put me to 1, and I didn't have Akihiro, but I had Akihiro in the trash, and I had an AT on the board and Beelzemon. So I'm like, man, if this AT dies, I can do the whole thing. So I swung my 3 checks with Beelzemon. He's at 2 security at this point. I swung AT. I swung AT. I hit his one of Apocalypse, And I go, cool, that's game. Check this out.
Look what I can do.
Play XT for free, play Akihiro, go into Belpha X, clear the last security, then do the combo I explained earlier to tuck my
awesome.
Akihiro. And it's so fun. I love Beelzemon X. It's such a cool card. And it's so strong in that deck. Brito, you know all about how strong Beelzemon X is. But yeah,
absolutely.
It feels so good to go. Yeah, I would have done 9 checks, but instead I just won. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. But yeah, that was locals for me. Secured a whole bunch of promo packs and stuff. So finally got my playset of Time Stranger Patamons, which is good. So I'm looking forward to building that Aegiomon deck. So I wanted to get those Patamons.
Nice.
So yeah, fun locals. Dan, how about you? What did you play?
I played Creepy, Don Devi, Barba, Galamon, soup of a deck. It sounds bad on paper in the sense of like, damn, this sounds bricky as hell, but it's not bricky. Your top ends for this version of the deck is like 2 of everything. So it's like 2 Creepy, 2 Don Devi, 1 Barba for me, and then a split of 1/1 promo Gallon and B213 Gallon. So really there's only like 7 megas. You're like, this is an updated version from the last pod we talked about, and it makes sense to add Galamon when we're both milling each other. Let me rephrase. I'm milling you and I'm milling myself. So like the chances of like, you know, both of us having 20 cards in trash is really easy, even if it's a deck that's not you know, a milling deck or something that's going to get yourself in the trash. So cool thing is your whole main setup is going to be trying to go into Creepymon and then, you know, blow shit up or mill shit, whatever happens. And then if that dies, you can bring out Don Devi for free. Usually that's the go to try to play. If that happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Then you have Barbamon to drop the Neo Devi. So when the Neo Devi dies, then you can play out Don Devi for free. And you're doing milling and you're doing hand ripping all at once in the style deck. And depending on how the game goes and depending on what cards you see, you kind of lean towards a certain style of the deck. Because there's both Devimon cards that mill, and then there's both that's Devimon cards that allow you to hand rip your opponent's hand. And so it really depends on where it goes with the plays. It's pretty cool. And then obviously like the Gallon plays, you can just you know, end game, you're trying to close out game, you're playing them for free, pop off. And then the APOC I have in the deck and room mode. So the APOC is cool because like if you play Don Devi for free, you get to place another mega that has a strong effect. You're not going to put Creepymon because it doesn't have an on play. But Barba, hey, that's hand rip potentially, and plus another level 5 Neo Devi for me, or Skullsata. Or you can play like the Gallants, pop things. You can do so many different things with it depending on the situation of the game. Plus the APOC is more the closer. If you're on the milling strat and your opponent is down to 4 cards, you're going to hit them with the APOC and mill the 4 cards and GG. So it's usually how it goes with the deck. I really like the improvements I made to the deck, so it feels good. Downside, if you verse a deck, another purple deck, or something that's about the trash, you're cooked because you're not fast enough to like win fast. If that makes sense, in the sense of like, all right, I'm gonna OTK you. You're not doing that. You're kind of like board controlling and milling at the same time usually, for the most part. And then like, there's times where you have burst of like, all right, I'm gonna do like 3-4 checks this one turn. At times, and so it really depends on the situation. Like I gotta hope that like I mill the stuff that you need to play versus the stuff that you want in the trash type of thing. Like so with like Gino in round 2, I want to mill his like Athamons because it's hard for him to play in the game. But if I'm milling his Gizamons and his, you know, rage modes, I'm just setting up his plays, and now it puts me in a bad position because I'm just advancing his game state as well, which obviously happened. But anyways, round 1, I played again Sakuyamon. He was quite new to the deck, so he made some mistakes that I was able to capitalize on. For example, he didn't use his Mandela effect the security when he should have for the protection. But I did put him in a situation where if he used it, I still won anyways. So it was just me knowing how the deck works versus him not knowing as much and like setting myself up to win whether he uses it or not. I got him to like 10 cards in the deck or something like that. I didn't deck him out, but I went for the win because I was able to play Don Devi for free. I was able to swing with that. Pre-mon swing 2 checks, do a bunch of shenanigans and stuff like that. Ended up winning game 1 like that. Game 2 was the same concept. He did like his play, I think. He went to a Sakui Ace or something like that. I don't remember too much, but because he didn't like clear my board or something like that, I was able to win basically. Ended up taking it 2-0, and then round 2 I played against Gino. Again, he mentioned it. Game 1, he was slow out the gate, but because I mill him out as well, I'm helping him get to the point where he needs the rage modes and trash. Which then, even if I didn't mill the rage modes, which ironically I milled him like at least 10 cards. He didn't hit a rage mode, but because he was drawing trashing while I'm also milling him, he was able to get there eventually. So he ended up getting there, and I got him down to like I think like 1 or 2 security. I just, again, because the deck currently, I had no way to close out. And I think game 1 was when I milled Bo Gallants, something like that. Game 1, I milled Bo Gallants. I was like, yeah, not good for me, because I need those for late game. And in that situation where he's playing Beelzemon, definitely need those because those would have been extra swings for to get around the sleep mode and whatnot. So that was quite unfortunate on my part.
Not only is like the mill, like obviously the mill helps me, but also you're like a single stack deck. If I have old sleep mode, I just stop your attack, and then what are you doing?
Yep. Basically, especially your best starter is going the TS Demi Devi. Go into your Demi Devi for free. I'm not Demi, Devimon for free. If you have a training, great. You're Evo into Skull Saturn or Devi for 1, and then you're Evo into Creepy, pass them to 3 to 4, whatever it is. And then, blow stuff up, mill stuff, whatever, do 2 checks, cool, call it, and then put a champion in the back. And now once it happens, then I'm like in rotation of cards I need. So if you deal with my creepy, great. Next turn, I'll grab the creepy back, Evo, keep doing the shenanigans. But it's very depending on like just the way the game is. That's kind of the way that deck works, at least at the moment. Until we get Creepy X, and now we just straight gas on Creepy X and call it a day. We don't need anything else. But until then, I enjoy the deck the way it is right now. I hope we get good like actual Don Devi support in the future. That's not just like this is good for Creepy, this is good for Barba. No, we just need Don Devi, Devimon support and call it a day. One day, hopefully, maybe. Never. Let's be real, never.
If we ever do, they'll make a new fucking requirement for it. Like originally it was, you need Devimons in your trash. Now you need your opponent to have cards in trash.
Yeah.
Next time, who knows what they'll figure out, but I'm sure they'll make it a whole different play style.
Cards in trash, I don't know. We'll see.
When moving, trash a specific card.
Hey, it's not bad.
Yeah, I think Bandai's gotten like really restrictive on how much support they want to give to like hand rip archetypes.
Oh yeah, because we haven't seen Ravemon support in God knows how long.
Poor Ravemon, my boy.
We're gonna get Ravemon support in BT25, but man, it's been a deep draft for Ravemon fans, and I got my lovely almost max rarity deck chilling in a deck box in a cabin somewhere. Oh man.
One day we will rise from the trash.
One day.
It still stays trash.
Probably.
Poor Ravemon. One day. What was the last support? The promo Falcomon that came out in... Was that the same promo set of Vidramon and Flamedramon?
I think so.
The same promo set?
Yeah.
That's a hot minute ago. And it was just 1 card.
Dude,
and it was not enough.
Ravemon Burst Mode was... I think it looked like such a cool card. Like,
Read's good.
Read okay, but like the art to me was just... I think I liked it a lot.
Yeah, for sure. It's really cool. really cool. And then you play it and you're just like, this does not much in comparison to burst mode, to the other burst modes in the game, and like Shine Gray and Mirage.
I had a buddy during that time. Oh, and the Rosemon. Oh, dude. Rosemon, I think, was an interesting concept. They just, like, I felt like gave up on it too soon.
It definitely has potential. Like, the low end is so flexible and super memory efficient. I love playing green vegetable slop. Vegetable soup, if you will. But, like, Bandai just refuses to print a good Rosemon. Like, they're all uncommons or rares, and they're just not good enough. Like, I don't know. If we get a really good Rosemon, maybe that deck can do something. Maybe.
B225 is where all the hopes and dreams for Rosemon players are right now.
put some roses by my grave, because that's where my hopes and dreams will be.
Sure will be. Oh my god. Oh. All right, we're going to just jump right into, you know, the good stuff. We're all here to hear from the Beelzebaron himself, Brito. Just recently did really well in a regional. This is now 2 weeks ago, I believe, at this point of us recording. When y'all see this, will probably be 4 weeks, probably ish, something like that. Just because, you know, blame editor Barney. Anyways, jokes aside. So yeah, I believe you got 4th place in the Orlando regional, right? With none other his trusty buddy and Beelzemon. Tell us, how was the event? How was it ran? How was, you know, your matchups? If you remember, hopefully you written down or something.
I haven't written down.
Tell us the play-by-play, your rounds, everything. Go ahead.
All right,
the floor is yours.
All right, so let me start prior to the first round and like the day of the regional. I was already going in feeling good, feeling confident, because no matter what happened, whether I went undefeated or X3 drop or X4 drop, I was gonna have a good time. I'm there with homies. We rented out an Airbnb. Before and after the regional, we were just like hanging out, playing Digimon, playing Commander. We were just having a good time. So I make it to the venue, and mind you, you know how this event had a lot of issues with like they lost the original venue, they have to get a new one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, the new venue was like a giant resort where it was just, I kid you not, I don't think I saw, like it was like a banquet hall at a huge hotel. I think it was like a Marriott or something like that. And I kid you not, I don't think I ever saw like any guests from the hotel, because I guess we just had our own little area where it's, by little I mean like at least half the building, but it was like so big that like, I don't know, man, it was huge. It definitely was not a cheap venue. I'm gonna give it that. So with them having to do this last minute, I appreciate that they got such a big venue, but I'm pretty sure someone lost money on this. Like that's how big it was. Like that's how good of a place it was. So the event itself, I think, ran pretty smoothly. The only like hiccup was like, so our round started at around 11 a.m. and then 2 rounds in, they're like, yeah, we're gonna have a 1 hour lunch break. So it's like, yeah, between round 2 and 3, it was like a 2 hour wait, which is kind of weird, but I'm not gonna complain about that, mostly because it's like, I was there from 11 a.m. but the people running the event have been there since probably 5-6 o'clock in the morning. So it's like, let's give them a break. I can sit down for a while or relax. Yeah, I didn't mind that. So yeah, when it came to the event, I felt like it ran smoothly. I had no real complaints. So yeah, now let's get
just as a player, it's like a bad timing of like too early for a break, for at least for me personally. Like, all right, 11, there's only 2 rounds in, there's a break. Damn, it could have waited till like maybe round 4 or something, right? Like as a player, not as obviously them.
Yeah, I feel like three is the sweet spot, right? Because that's when everybody's gonna drop if they went 0-3, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like 3 is the sweet spot for the break time.
Or maybe somewhat towards the middle of the tournament where it's like, oh, let's say it's gonna be 8 rounds. You do like around round 4 maybe.
Preferable, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that way you space it out. But I said no, straight up, like you start the tournament. Now we're gonna have a break. But anyways, I didn't sweat it too much. So I guess now I'll go into my rounds. For round 1, I thought my run was completely scuffed. I thought I was gonna lose round 1 because it's the single worst matchup I believe Beelzemon has, and it's Ancient Garurumon. Somebody is still playing it in BT23.
Is it a bad matchup? Because they
just
bounce and trash his security?
Yeah, they bounce my ball monster to my hand. They bounce my security. I then have like 15 cards in hand and not a friggin' body on board to play to Evo on top of. So it's like once they get their thing going, it just gets out of hand. The guy bricked both games. Game 1, he saw tamers, did not see any hybrids. Game 2, saw all the hybrids, did not see any tamers. It was ridiculous, and I kind of felt bad for the guy because he told me he sorry, excuse me, 1 second. Damn, sorry, the cough. He was complaining, not really complaining, but more like just airing out some issues that he had with the game. That he said he stopped playing around like BT12, then came back into the game like long after aces were a thing. And I just aced him hard both games, dude. He just went in for the swing and I just aced.
Oh, this is new to you? Let me show you something real quick.
Yeah, dude, it's like as soon as he would swing and I'm like, I think I got an ace here. I gotta do it. And it was a swift 2-0. It was very bad, and I felt really bad about the guy, but he took it in stride. He was a good sport about it. Round 2 was against Hoodiemon, and I remember I'm like, this is my time. This is my time to get an easy win and to rub it in a Hoodiemon player's face.
You said easy win against Huey.
Dang, Hoodie ain't nothing.
Yeah, so I expected to have like somewhat of a tough round where it's like I needed to find all my pieces. Yeah, he just bricked 2. He had admitted to me that like he wasn't even intending on playing today, but he just came in to do some Gundam stuff. And the event organizer's like, hey, there's still some spots left in Digi. You want to play in that? He's like, I got a few hours to kill. Sure. So he just went into the tournament, and he's like, he told me he was also planning on dropping by like round 4 or 5. So I'm like, all right, cool. Good thing I didn't lose to that guy. I'm sure he was also playing for some prizing or whatever, but for the most part, he bricked, and he also was a guy that kind of took it in stride. He wasn't salty about it. He's like, it is what it is. But yeah, it was somewhat of an easy win. Round 3 was against Rocks, and that one, it can be a hard matchup if he sees his OTK line before I can set up any defense. So game 1 was a little bit of a back and forth in the sense of like he's doing searches, I'm trying to set up, and yeah, sorry about that.
Stop. You sick over there? Stop coughing, man.
Dude, I got a sore throat and this cough comes out every now and then. Sorry, guys.
This guy.
But yeah, back and forth, like us searching, us chipping at each other's security, and finally I see that he has the kill turn set up, and I'm like, I just need one more turn to win as well. I'm just gonna hard drop Balmon, put him to 7, and he thought that was kind of a weird play. He thought, like, I could see it in his face. He's like, oh, he must have an awkward hand. He goes for his kill turn, does his thing, kills my Balmon before he can even like clear my security. Like he trashes one. He kills the Balmon. I just clear his board with the Beel's ace, and then from there I just get the game. And in between rounds, in between games 1 and 2, he even mentioned, he's like, wow, man, your hand must have been awkward there at the end. He's like, no, dude, I just hard drop Balmon, I win the matchup. And he's like, interesting. It isn't clocking his head. Game 2, he gets the OTK before I can set up the Balmon. And then game 3, I just keep on hard dropping Balmon. By the end of game 3, he's like, I get it now. I see. Yeah, just I can't get around the Balmon. He's like, exactly.
Right, because you're forced to pop the Balmon, which then if you have Beel's ace in trash, you play the Beel's ace, you digivolve his magnetic, and then they do nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. So I kind of put him in a position of like, damned if they do, damned if they don't. Right. So it's like, oh, if they deal with the Balmon, they just clear. They get their board cleared, and like they just all that's set up for nothing. And then if they don't deal with the Balmon, then it's just either going to stay on there and still present the threat, or I just use it to go for game. So
Right.
it's kind of, no matter how they do it, it's still a bad position for them. So yeah, it's I got it 2-1. And
A lot of
yeah,
matchups are like that for you, aren't there? Where it's just like, here's Balmon, and now good luck getting around this. I'll either ace you, or if you remove it, the ace is coming anyway, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. I've learned somewhat quickly where in a lot of matchups I just present that problem to them, and it's hard for them to just get through it or get around it. So yeah,
in
it's
current meta right now. There's not like there is some. Don't get me wrong. But there's not many that's just like bounce bottom deck, stuff like that. There's a lot of like deletion based effects. So like when you go into magnetic and you're forced to delete something, and the only target is a Balmon, you're SOL basically right there. Or like, you know,
Absolutely.
you go, you play your combo, you just negative that because that's only you're forced to do it, and you just go sucker, you know, here's another ace and pop Digivolve the Hewdy, blow up whatever. Like you're cooked at that point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's interesting, definitely interesting.
And one thing I kind of want to point out, in between the rounds, since this is the Orlando area, I do have some friends there. Like Reese the Squirrel lives in that area, so it's like
me
and him are good friends. Like he knows about like my adventures with Beelzemon down here in the south of Florida, and he has been telling the tales of Brito to a lot of his friends. So there's a lot of people that I just don't know, and they're like, "Hey, you're Brito the Beelzemon guy," and I'm like, "This is weird, getting recognized out in public for being the one niche thing I do. That's super weird." And this next round was against Purple Hybrid, and as soon as I sit across from the guy, it's like, "Oh, you're Beelzemon. I know I'm screwed in this matchup." And I'm like, "Holy crap! That's what?" And then he's playing Purple Hybrid, but he's playing like what I believe is like a really cool version where he's doing like the Soundbirdmon when attacking, pitch and option, draw card.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's doing that, and he kind of has awkward hands where he's somewhat forced to. He's at 1. He's gonna digivolve into Velgar for 1. He doesn't have any trash, so he's gonna digivolve into 1. Trash top 3 on my deck, and it's like, all right, I milled 2 memory gainers. Now it's my turn. And it was kind of a swift 2-0 just because it was that bad of a matchup where he just fueled my game plan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got deck checked afterwards because it was literally like I think within the first 10 minutes is when the match was over. So it's like, oh, you guys are done? All right, deck check. And we were just kind of there chilling, hanging out, talking for a little bit. And yeah, he was explaining to me how some of my friends from the area would talk about me, and that's why a lot of people know about a lot of like my deck my tech choices and all that stuff. And I'm like, holy craps, like people know me here. That's crazy. Yeah. And then rounds 5 and 6, they're both against Royal Knight players. Neither of them really knew me. One of them did, but it was more like a friend of a friend kind of thing. So the round 5 Royal Knight, he beat me 2-0. He just literally, as soon as the first 3 turns of each game, I saw the writing on the wall. I'm like, I knew I'm not gonna be able to win this matchup because I've spoken to Dan about this. But Beelzemon into Royal Knights, it's very much a losing matchup for Beels, and their defenses are just too good to be able for Beels to like really push through. So as long as they have the Omni X and Omega set up, it's like I somewhat lose the game from there. So my only real option is to try to outspeed them, try to get to my kill thing before they could set up that defense. Yeah, no, this guy was just really good at like, let's slow you down a little bit. Let's Digimon Emperors, let's blockers, let's double Digimon Emperor. And dude, I even told the guy, like, since I already saw the writing on the wall that I was going to lose this round, I was just joking with the guy anyways. And it's like, as soon as game 2 started, I'm like, hey, if you turn 1, mind, this was like round 5, table 1. Table 1, we were both undefeated. I tell him like, hey, listen, if you turn 1 Digimon Emperor me, I'm going to flip the table, dude. I promote swing, first check was Digimon Emperor. Yeah, it was
somehow, right?
Yeah. It's if I know I'm gonna lose, I'm going down laughing. That's my motto. So it's like I was just cracking jokes the entire time. I was telling the guy, if he wins the whole thing, can I tell people we grew up together? Like I was telling him the usual Brito stuff. And yeah, we became buddies afterwards. But he just beat me 2-0, and it was a swift butt kicking. He really got me. And then round 5 was against another Royal Knight player, and this guy was, the way I would describe him is him having the best poker face ever. Throughout the entire match, just stone cold, would not show any emotion, dude. I kid you not, I would have like a very threatening board presence, and like in my head, it's like I got game here regardless of what he does. I look at his face though, and all I'm thinking is, damn, he must have everything, bro. Holy crap, dude. Oh my god, like his face really got to me just because of how like solid his motion was, and he wasn't a monotone person either. He wasn't, because it's like there was a few times where I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna keep in the back because I'm a coward. And then I would say lines like that, and he just start laughing. It's like, all right, cool, I got him. I got the moral victory here. I got a reaction out of him, and I felt great about that. And I got it 2-1 because it was, this guy was a really good player. Those several interactions where it's like we had to call judge over just to make sure we were doing it properly. Like those one interaction where it was like, all right, Beel's ace, digivolve on my turn to Beel's ace. Trash top 2, I'm at 30 cards in trash, and I milled a blast mode. So off the Beel's ace, I'm gonna target to delete the Craniumon, the new Craniumon from BT23. That's like, oh, all turns when it would leave, you suspend it to prevent it, and then when he would suspend, you pop all the Digimon lowest play cost. Well, yeah. So it's like, oh, but wait, what comes first there? Since I know the tapping is interruptive. What about the all turns? I'm pretty sure mine would go first, but we called judges just to make sure. And because of that interaction, I was able to like win that interaction and win the game from that. And it was a lot of tricky interactions like that way that I had to get through. And then game 3, it was just, he was bricked of, it looked like he had nothing but Omechas and Sistermons in hand, because that's the only thing he'll be playing for the first few turns. And it's like, all right, this is the window where I have to win. I'm just going to go balls to the wall here. And I'm there going. And I know since we had grindy games 1 and 2, we were running out of time. I checked the clock. It was like, 3 minutes left. I'm like, all right, I got to go. And I think there was around 30 seconds left in the clock. I have checkmate pretty much, but I'm like, they're calculating to see, like, okay, what am I overlooking? Am I overlooking anything? And he's like, dude, you have the blast mode in hand. You have game. I'm like, he's right. And I just go for the blast mode. And this guy was really cool about it too. Like, he also took the loss in stride. He went from having a monotone face to like being a buddy afterwards. You get what I mean? And he told me after the tournament, after final placings were done, he walked up to me and he told me, oh, dude, I was talking to my friends, and when I mentioned I lost to Beelzemon, they're like, dude, how did you lose to Beelzemon? It's like, I don't know, man. The guy's name was Brito. And he told me his friends were like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's Brito. So it felt very good to see that like I was acknowledged by a lot of people that I didn't even know. I was recognized and acknowledged. It was awesome. So yeah, rounds 5 and 6 were Royal Knights. I essentially beat one, lost to another. Round 7. This was kind of like if there was any sad round that I had, it was this one. So backstory of round 7. There was about, in the top tables,
lore behind lore.
Yes, lore behind lore here. So in the last few rounds of the tournament, there was a lot of Beelzemon players in the top tables. I remember I counted, and by like round, I think 5 or 6, there was 5 Beelzemon players in the top tables. I'm like, great, dude. Like, I'm happy about this because I want to see Beelzemon tops because I believe in the deck, and I believe that I'm not the only one that can play the deck. I believe there's others out there. So Fate did not agree with me because it's just like all the Beelzemon players were getting paired into each other. Round 7, I paired into a Beelzemon player, and that Beelzemon player in his last 3 rounds, from that moment, so from rounds 5, 6, and 7, so those 3 rounds, he had back-to-back mirrors. And this one guy is a one guy from my local area where I was teaching him how to play Beelzemon, and he was getting really good with it. So it was round 5, Beelzemon mirror. He beat it because I taught him what to do. Round 6, Beelzemon mirror. He won because he knows what to do. Round 7, he goes up against me.
He went up against the Beelzemon master himself.
Yes, the guy that was teaching him everything. And as soon as, mind you, this is round 7 out of 8 rounds guaranteed. We're both X1. He sits across from me. Mind you, I have my invite because I won the PPG store regional with Beelzemon. He doesn't have his invite. He sits across from me and he's like, "You're going to give me the win, right? Because if I give him the win, I guarantee his invite." And I remember thinking like, damn, I should give him the win. But as a judge and as his master, like not master, but like teacher as a Beelzemon deck, and as a very competitive player, I have to give it all. Like I have to, like if he wins, like fair and square, he's got it. He's got to earn it though. Like he's got to earn the win. And I remember I'm there playing, and he's making a lot of misplays. And I'm like, dude, no, this isn't the Dan. This isn't the Daniel that I've taught. It's not this Dan. Nah, screw this guy. He's allergic to Beelzemon. But this guy, my friend, this isn't the player that I've been teaching this entire time. And it was just like he was missing triggers, and I felt really bad. And I'm just like, I can't give him the win. I can't. And I ended up 2-0ing him, and he felt really bad about it too because he knew he was misplaying. Like he was getting nervous playing against me. And I just told him, like, dude, just win your last round and you're in. You're in the top 16. He didn't win his last round. Spoilers. Like no.
Oh no.
So it made me feel worse afterwards. Yeah. So yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, so I felt very bad because it's like, man, like as a friend, I wanted to give him the win. But also, it's like it's not the right thing to do. It's not like in a competitive setting like that. You have to play by the rules and you have to like play to actually win and stuff. And also, I want to be featured in Research the Squirrel video, so like that was also another motivation. So now, I'm X1. I'm guaranteed top 16. I'm guaranteed to be in a Research the Squirrel video where he breaks down the top 16 lists. So I've only played against one Hoodie up until this point. And of course I bring it up because my last round is against Hoodie. And this is probably the Hoodiemon player that I kind of respect the most of all the Hoodiemon players that I've played against. Because as soon as I sat across from him, he not only recognized me as the Beelzemon guy, but he also recognized how bad of a matchup it is for him. Instead of him seeing me hatch my egg and arrogantly like he think to himself, "Oh, Beelzemon, that's a rogue deck. This is an easy win." He already tested the matchup. He already knows it. He's in a bad spot. So he already knew. Like I respect him just way more because of that. And he took me to game 3, which is good. Game 1, I was able to just do the regular things of like, oh, just set up Balmon. He can't do the loop, but he was playing the option variant, so he played it a little slower as well. Game 3, he was actually able to do the loop really fast and just kill me really, really fast before I can set up anything. And I'm like, all right, dope. That's exactly how the Hoodiemon wins this matchup. Just be faster than what I could set up my defenses. And then game 3, I open up my hand, one rookie, all level 6s, and I'm like, crap. That's it. I'm gonna eat my words now. I'm not him. I'm not the best Beelzemon player out there anymore. And then he's going first. He opens up his hand, and I read in his face. He's thinking the exact same thing. Damn, I'm just bad at this game, dude. I'm just not gonna win this last round. So he puts me to 7, hard drops Hoodie, on play of Hoodie, play out another level 5, on play of level 5, DNA to Shaq, draw a card. So he did that all to get like I think 2 or 3 draws, and I'm just like, that's actually not a bad play. That's not. That's he hopefully he uncluttered his hand, at least from his perspective. He uncluttered his hand. Yeah. And then from there I was just able to like try to set up a little bit with the minimal I had, and it was a type of game where it could have gone either way, and it got to a point where he was about to win. I was able to set up a Balmon thing. He's just like, I'm just gonna go for it. I had the Beelz Ace. I cleared his entire board. He was down to like 2 cards left in hand. So I had him at 3 security. I had a Balmon on board. He forced me to ace. So I had a naked Beelzemon on board with an Iron Mako. And for the last, for 3 to 4 turns after that I had that set up, he would just blue option, stun the Beels, stun the Iron Mako. And I remember thinking, like, that's exactly how he saves himself from not dying in this position. Because if he ends up doing the black option to de-digivolve, he can't do the loop anymore without him negging on that position. So it's like, I remember thinking, like, he's playing it the best of all the Hoodiemon players I've played into. And I've played into a lot. And it finally gets to a point where I'm like, wait a minute. I'm at 29 cards in trash. I have Beelz X in hand and I have a rookie in the back. I'm just gonna Death Slinger to like not kill anything on board, get to the 30. You're at 3, and then he doesn't know what to do. He just he finally draws into a rookie. Rookie's in the back. Blue option me, stun my guys, and I'm like, that's game. I draw for turn, promote the rookie, Beelz X, swing per game. And I remember I thought it was kind of weird because it's like I thought he played it perfectly. And then one of his buddies afterwards was like, dude, you could have won. Why didn't you de-digivolve the Beels? It would have overflowed 4, would have done this, and that. And I remember thinking, like, no. I think he played it as perfectly as he could have. Like it was worse off for him if he would have just de-digivolved Balmon. But yeah, from there, I ended up just win the whole thing. X1 getting 4th place and getting featured in a Reseal Scroll video. And yeah, being the highest placing Beelzemon player of the tournament.
And it turns out you are in fact him. He is him.
You are him.
I am him.
Oh man, no, that's pretty cool. You're also being featured on DigiPod, the digital podcast too.
Oh, that is also true. That is also true.
That's why you're here, because you had that great result. If you wasn't there, if you would have bumped out, we wouldn't be talking to you right now, Brito.
that is very true. That is very true. You know what? I'm also like, Mom, I won in life.
Yeah, exactly, you know.
Yeah.
Right,
that one high school teacher I had.
We won't take bums here, you know.
That one teacher I had that said I would never make it in life. But you know what? Look at me now. Look at me now.
Exactly. You made it in life.
Sure showed them.
Oh my god. No, that's great though. That's great.
I'm happy to be here.
The best. I can say this myself. I've seen some Beelzemon players. See some pretty bad ones. Me and Gino both versed some in our store regionals. You could tell the difference between a really good Beelzemon player versus a not so good Beelzemon player. And I think there's a huge difference in style of play and how they play their deck. For me personally, from what I've seen, even back when like full power Beels was a thing.
Yeah.
I thought there was like, all right, the deck is just read the deck and call it a day. You mill, call it a day, you win. But like there was like levels to it. Like your floor was pretty high, but the ceiling was even higher for someone who was really good with it. Especially when it comes to knowing what to mill, knowing what to go Ayamaka, what to put on top of your deck, stuff like that. And now because the EX2 Ifmon is at a 1, the deck is more player reliant and very skill based, in my opinion. Yes, you can high roll to F out someone. 90% of the deck can do that nowadays, but there's a difference, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes to a deck, to be able to take a deck every format and go, how can I make this the most optimized version in this format? Not many people would do that, because when they see a deck that maybe was good in a certain format, and then the next format comes out, a bunch of brand new stuff comes around, and then they go, this doesn't work anymore. They don't even bother trying to make it work in that format. And that's what I think was also a huge for a player to be able to do that, right? Especially when it comes to like road decks. So that's why I think, for me personally, you're probably the best Beelzemon player, because it's not like we're gassing you up and saying it. We played against you before, obviously, many times, especially you and I. We've done a lot of play testing and stuff like that. Yes. But you also have results to back up the point of Beelzemon is a good ass deck. Even if people don't touch it, you have the results. You have now store regional win. You have a top 4 for a big regional, which to me that's even more impressive than the store regional, just because it's a longer tournament. You know what I'm saying? versus I think yours was 5 round, right? The story regional you won.
Yeah, 5 rounds.
So that's not bad. That's not a small region. That's not a small, regional. Because I think out was it 5 or 4? It was 5, right, Gino?
It was at least 5. It was 5 or 6.
Okay, it was 5. Okay.
I think it might have been 5.
Because ours was 32 man, not a 64.
Yeah, ours was 32
I think
as
it
well.
was 5.
Okay. Yeah, so it was 5 then. Yeah. And then, you have to do it again 3 more rounds. So that's still in a 200 plus. I think it was how much was Orlando? 200 or something?
It was a little less than 200. I think it was like 170 something.
God damn it. I'm trying to hype you up even more. You ruined it. No, I'm kidding. You got gaslighted. You got to make it, sound even better than what it is. No, I'm kidding.
No, it was still 8 rounds.
350 people, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, all jokes aside. 8 rounds in a tournament, whether you're at home on, a computer or at a place, it's a grind fest. It's a mental grind and a deck that's not like cookie cutter. Like, it's impressive to be able to do that. So I always got to give you your flowers, whether you want to take them or not. I'm going to still give it to you regardless because it's still very impressive.
I appreciate that.
With that being said, what we think about Beelzemon today's game? You made a specific comment saying in one of our, I think it was a clip video where you said that Beelzemon is a specialist deck. Is that what it was you called, or you called yourself a specialist? What was it again?
Yeah, I think it's because I think you guys called it like a rogue tier deck, and then I'm like, does that make me a rogue player or does that make me a specialist? Because I consider myself a specialist when it comes to Beelzemon.
Mm-hmm.
So let me add some more details to that.
Go ahead.
Beelzemon is literally one of the only decks I play like pretty religiously. Like sometimes I hop on Beels and Friends or 7th Grade Demon Lord just because it has Beelzemon in it. But when it comes to competitive, like I'm always playing Beelzemon. Even set after set, I don't get tired of the deck. For me, it's a whole new puzzle because it's like, okay, now how do I play Beelzemon differently into the current meta? How do I change it up?
Correct.
Each different new deck that comes out, like each Boogeyman that comes out, each Crossheart, each Ancient Garuru, each Melga, each Hoodiemon. Like how do I play Beelzemon differently to play against the meta? And that's what I enjoy, and that's what I have fun with.
For sure. Why was I calling it rogue? So reason why I was saying it's a rogue deck is because yes, it's a very strong deck, but it's not very popular currently right now because it's not considered tier 1 or maybe tier 2 at the highest at the moment. Where, in my opinion, the deck can like, if you high roll with Beelzemon, it feels like a tier 1 deck. If you don't high roll and you're milling like trash, it feels like a tier 4 deck, right? But because of what's considered rogue in today's game, like Beelzemon is probably considered a rogue deck right now, just because it doesn't get played much. It's a very strong deck. Puppets, not considered really, tier 1, tier 2, tier 1.5, whatever you want, go those tier brackets. It's considered a rogue deck, still very strong, and that's how I consider Beelzemon. I know by the time the audience sees this pod, the Dan Bang one comes out, and we talk about Beelzemon a little bit way more than where a clip that you mentioned that comment on. He said he thinks that Beelzemon is a tier 1.5 deck.
Ooh.
And so here is my argument. So it's a anti-meta pick because whatchamacallit, Hoodiemon is very good to Hoodiemon. So like it's good to Hoodiemon, but not everyone's gonna play it because not everyone, in my opinion, can play the deck like you can play. So that's why it's like that's why I say it's a very rogue-like deck right now, just because of that aspect. Not everyone's gonna play. Yes, we know, us here on this pod know it's a great deck and it's great to Hootie, but not everyone else is gonna know that. And because it's not cookie cutter where you can go mill 4 EX2 if Moss call a day and win, you can't do that anymore. People don't want to play that deck. It's the same concept to me as Malomyosma. I think Malomyosma is a little higher in the tier because I think the ceiling is higher, but the floor is way lower compared to Beelzemon, if that makes sense. So it's like this weird like in between of that. And at this point, it's probably is considered rogue deck realistically. You're not seeing many people play it, but when you do see people top with it, you see it top really well with it. And same with Beelzemon when someone like you play it, right? And so that's what I was saying is a rogue pick. Gino, what do you think when it comes to Beelzemon?
So when we're talking about good decks, there are two main things that you're asking. What is the power of the deck? And how many tops does this deck have, right? If a deck is really powerful but doesn't have a lot of tops, or the other way, well, I guess it wouldn't work the other way around. If the deck is powerful but doesn't have a lot of tops, then that pushes it down into the rogues sort of section, or like you were saying before, like, oh, it's good into the meta. But because the deck is so technical, because you need to like really know the deck and know what you're doing, it's not like a counter pick type deck. Like, again, coming from fighting games, you go into a bad matchup, you can change your character on the next round and you counter pick, you pick something that's better into that matchup. It's not something you can do in card games, but you can say, oh, right now, I don't know, Beelzemon isn't good, but Beelzemon is good into the meta. You're not gonna do that because you have to put in so much time to learn Beelzemon and learn what it's gonna do and how to use it. You know, if it's not like your main deck or one of your main decks, you're probably not gonna switch to it. So that's why it's kind of stuck in this rogue thing. Because like when a lot of people make tier lists, they're only looking at power level. They go, oh, this deck does this, this, and this, and that's why it's powerful. It's good into the meta, and that's why I think it's a tier 1 deck or whatever, right? But like, there's always that second thing of, are people playing it? Is it topping? And then I kind of lied to you. I said there were two things. There's a hidden third thing, and it's called conversion rate.
Yeah.
How many people are playing that deck and then converting them into tops? If a deck is really popular but not converting well, like that's like a hidden piece of the puzzle that you know you're not getting.
Yeah, it's for me it's hard to place any deck in a tier list, because when it comes to like variants of like, depending what you match up into, depending on how your hands are, like if you break it, it's hard to like have a definitive answer of like, oh, this is definitive tier 1. Like, yep, then you start considering like how you mentioned its tops, conversion rate, and stuff like that. In my head, it's always like, all right, what's the highest potential of a deck and how easy is it to like pilot? Because like, for example, when it comes to Hoodie, it has a very, very strong like possible plays, and it's also very easy to play. So like together, that's like, it makes it a very good contender, very good pick. And then as opposed to Beelzemon, where, mind you, I love that we're having this conversation, because Beelzemon started as a high roll deck, started as anyone can play this deck, and now we're having the conversation that it's a pilot dependent deck, and I love that.
Let's bring it back. Before that starter deck, it was a very high roll ass deck that you needed to high roll, because you didn't high roll, you just didn't do well. Then the starter deck came out, and that same set with the EX, with the Beelzemon X pop out. That's when things became I just read my cards, I win. You know?
Yeah.
And then I'll pull the lever on my slot machine, and if I see EX2 Impmon, I'm cashing out, baby.
Because one of my friends, he used to be when he played the game heavy, he was a Beelzemon player just like you, where he just that was basically his main deck, and that's it. So I see him go from prior to the starter deck / Beelzemon X popping out to that coming out, and then the post of EX2 coming out. So I seen it all too in person. So yeah, I seen the highs and lows.
So now with Beelzemon being somewhat of like a more technical deck, you gotta like know your micro decisions. You have to know your matchups. That isn't going to be as favored as Hoodiemon, even though Beelzemon's fucking top power can be better than Hoodiemon at times. Like that's why for me it's like I just Beelzemon tier 1 dog. Beelzemon tier 1.
Yeah, Beelzemon has always been a deck to me that felt like you high roll is a tier 1 deck and ain't nothing stopping it. And then if you low roll, man, this is the worst deck in existence.
Yeah.
So many times I've sat down across from a Beelzemon player who is playing well, like Brito, or like the friend Dan was just talking about. He's come to a couple of our locals. And I'm just looking at this deck as they do all their triggers, and I'm like, this is unwinnable no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, this feels insane right now. Like, it's just, man, when that deck goes crazy, it go crazy.
Like when it goes crazy, it's like you're seeing and activating effects on every single card you see.
Yeah.
And when a deck does that, it's crazy.
Now you have like the ace effect too, where you can, you know, you have a ball in hand, maybe not in trash, or you have it both, one in hand and one in trash. Now it's like your opponent's stuck in this two-way of, what do I do now? I swing, I get ace. All right, cool, I'm dead. I kill this Beelzemon. Whoopsies, another one pops out from trash and kills me anyways. And it's this weird like cat and mouse game that Beelzemon can do now versus prior, where you were never afraid of an ace because, you know, there was no good purple aces, and then you had, you know, blast mode ace, but like realistically, no one's scared of a blast mode ace, to be honest. And if you do that, all right, cool, 5 memory, I'll take that 5 memory.
Yeah, thanks for the boost.
Yeah, but now with the ace, where you can go, you know, play it with no sources, so you can't get D-Ditch involved. You can play it, you know, if they do swing and kill their stat going, and then now they can't do anything because you're potentially de-digivolving, potentially popping, and potentially stealing the turn because, you know, you can place 2 Death Slingers up top, mill them to gain 2 memory and steal turn. And now you just go, psych, you're cooked, buddy. Like, let's go BLX, trash security, go for game. Stuff like that. So it does so much in the deck. I just want to do real quick on pod. I just need an apology from Brito on live audience for when the card came out.
The call
and I told
out.
you how good, I told you how cracked that card was offensively and defensively. You know, I just want to let you know that, you know, that I told you that this shit was gonna be your main Beelzemon, and look at you now cooking with it. That's all I need. That's all.
Live Brito reaction.
Did I say otherwise?
Back then you did. You're like, I don't know about that, Chief.
I don't know, man, because like for me,
it was when it was first revealed, and I was like, yo, this is the best Beelzemon in the deck. This is gonna be a 3 or 4 of in the deck instantly, no question asked, because you could use it offensively and defensively. And you're just like, I don't know about offensively, dog. You still got the other Beelzemons you could do this, that, and the other, and you give me a whole MLA format essay on it. And I was like, nah, fam. Like, it doesn't matter. That's how good this card is. Blah blah blah.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I formally like to apologize to Dan Bang. Not Dan Bang. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Dan.
That's crazy. Disrespect. It's crazy.
To Dan, he is a genius. He is
sometimes, you know.
He is my Beelzemon
Let's
mentor.
not gas him up. You make his head any bigger is gonna knock the walls over, man.
He is the best predictor,
you know,
of what
sometimes that
Beelzemon's.
people don't want to listen, and you know, when it comes true, you know, I'll just be like, here's, I told you so. When DM Machines was revealed and everybody's telling me it's trash, I'm like, dog, this whole DM shit is great. Y'all don't see it yet. Watch it cook, and it's cooked. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'll just stop. I'm just messing with Brito.
No, I get you, man.
Audience. Just because
I do.
It was just a funny conversation I just remembered just right now.
I do have to admit that whenever like I see cards, I read their effects. In my head, most of the time, I'm like, I have to put this in practice to really see how it does. Because something can read amazing, and then it's very lackluster.
I'm the same way.
100%.
I need to play the card. I need to play the deck and put everything together to see if it actually does anything. You can show me the newest secret rare, but like I gotta see it in the deck. Like
Absolutely.
That's just how I am.
Especially in Digimon and versus like other card games, where it feels like on paper something could read really well, but like in practice it's just not as good for whatever reason, just because like the way the game works in comparison to like other card games. Like you can read a Yu-Gi-Oh card and be like, yep, this is broken. Like, how do I get this out? Oh, this is pretty easy. This is broken. Call it a day. you can do that with, you can read the card and be like, yeah, this is crazy. But like the way, you know, the memory is used and the way you have to like get to it sometimes, it's just like sometimes just not all there. Like options sometimes read really well and they're just dead cards at times, right? Like surprisingly, for anything that's like the old draw 2 cards, like you don't ever see them be played just because like the way the game is played. Like in other card games, having a draw 2 is fantastic. But like in Digimon, it just doesn't work as well because of like the memory cost and all that stuff. And if it doesn't have like other effects besides the draw 2, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, Fireball reads well, but you're just never going to use it in any practicality outside of like niche decks. I think that's why you see like options that say like draw 2 and it has a delay effect now, because like that's the only way you're going to see them get used, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's like,
I think the option for Beelzemon, the delay one, that reads well, but like, do Beelzemon players really play it? Not really.
Oh, you mean because there's several delay ones we have. We have Rivals, which
the newest one. I'm not talking about that one. The one with the kids on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it reads well. It reads well, but like max maybe a 1-up if you even play it. Like,
for me, I personally really like it, but I've learned to. All right, well, this has to go with me playing competitively. I always want to come with a consistent list, and sometimes you have to make cuts, and that's one card that I made a cut.
Yeah.
It was a painful cut for me, but at the end of the day, like I needed to make the deck more consistent. Yeah.
Back to your point, Dan, though. I think the thing with Digimon is that there aren't that many cards that are just this one card is busted and I use it. Like you have to have an engine that facilitates whatever the card is. Like you've got like Medieval and like Death X, and like that's pretty much it. Like those are the only cards that you can use, you know, out of your hand and like, you know, this is a good card. Like everything else, like, oh, if this is a good card, okay, but what's the engine that supports it, you know?
True. Like we've seen Homeworks, right? Spoiler at this point. Homeworks was revealed and everybody's like, oh my god, this is crazy. But then when you really like look at it, you're just like, I don't know yet. I really need to see if this is something that can be played. How well does it work, and so on like that. Like there's a lot of cards that's like that. Like, you know, T-Born X, it reads really well. How is it going to be when you actually play the deck? Who knows? It could be even better than expected, or it could be way worse than expected. Like it's just one of those things, just how the game works, right?
Yeah, people like I heard a lot of people were saying to like already hit that card to 1, but I remember thinking like to myself, it's like, well, it doesn't really do anything if you clear board and they have nothing in the back.
Homeworks?
Yeah, like.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? We're hitting what? I was confused.
Because I've heard a lot of people, at least like in my circles, people are saying the card is cracked, and it's like, oh, you can loop win digivolving effects and stuff like that. It's gonna make Venusmon even worse, or like bad, but not bad, but like good, like abused.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking like, just I guess clear board. They have nothing in the back. They have no win digivolvings now to take advantage of. So it's like you could still choke them to 1 and like not have to deal with that. It's like there's a lot of things people don't consider when it comes to that stuff. They immediately go to like, what's the max thing they could do to get value out of it? They think about like the high roll kind of thing where it's like, oh man, they could do that without considering it's like, well, how often do you think they're going to be able to do that? And like, how can you stop that? Like, what are your options for that? Yeah, I think stuff like that is
that speaks to. I don't think Homeworks is that. That speaks to what we've been preaching for the last like 2-3 pods at this point of like Cutiemon, right? Like, yes, you potentially have to turn to, you know, yada yada yada, but like, can you stop it? What can your deck facilitate to so you don't die instantly to this deck or stuff like that? You're preaching to the choir, my buddy. Like on that one, because we've been saying that for a minute now. Yeah, speaking of which, real quick, because this was also a topic that was on last pod, that was not a topic, a comment on last, actually, rephrase. At this point, it's like 2 pods ago, but
2 pods.
Last pod for the people who just watched it, for the audience, right? Someone mentioned about the Homeworld's Venusmon. Someone made a ban list prediction on hoping we get a ban list in January, so it goes into Nats, which not gonna happen. That they want Venusmon and Homeworlds immediately banned. Do you think that's something that's needed? Do you think that's something that's that broken where it needs to be immediately hairband or whatever?
I think that was their intention. Homeros to use it for Venus.
Right. The OG Venusmon.
Yeah, I'm a bit of bias here for two reasons. One, because I'm also first bias, I'm holding on to some Venusmon champ stamps, so it's like, of course, I want it to be valuable. Second, because that combo will not do anything to me. It's like, all right, cool, just hard drop Beel's Ace.
Call it a day, yeah.
What did you accomplish from this? So like
that's been my thing. So someone, oh my god, I was like, yo, there's no way this is real life. They were like, we were talking about at the combo. I'm like, all right, strong combo, sure. Just out it next turn. They're like, how are you gonna out it with no when Digivolve one attacking? This game has on play effects. This game has options. This game has tamers. There's many things you can do. Raid is a thing you can do too. Raid is not a one attacking effect. It's a mandatory, a keyword effect.
Yeah.
There's so many things you can do in this game prior to when Venusmon came out. They can deal with a Venusmon stack, no problem.
But now to kind of
go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now to be fair to the people that their favorite decks don't have access to that kind of thing, now they need to adjust to that game plan. They need to maybe start adding option cards to get rid of that. Maybe you know what? Maybe they need to put some money into afford some medieval gallants, because that outs anything, dog.
That's an out. Yeah, that's an out.
That's an out.
Because I believe. Wait. I don't know. Does it? So does it, because there's an alt turn effect? It can activate a one Digivolve effect. Would that work?
Oh
yeah,
wait, that's
Venusmon
a good point.
would turn off medieval.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Okay, never mind.
Here's the thing, though. Like, you can also just put them to 4 memory, and then they can't use Homeros. Because Homeros requires to suspend to do her effect. And if you have 4 or less, if you put them to 4, they have to suspend Homeros start a turn. And now they can't do it. So
yeah, and now to jump on that, I'm kind of liking this TS stuff, because I had a buddy of mine bring this up to me, and I agree with it, where I think a lot of these different TS stuff where it's like they care about what memory your opponent sets you at, I feel like it's going to add some skill to the game, because it's now you have now you have to evaluate. It's like, if I choke them to 1, they have 3 TS rookies on the field. They're going to get 3 free Evos. That's a total of 6 memory they're not going to be spending. Maybe putting them to like 4 or 5 might be the play here.
Yeah. And then the guy choose 1 to climb up into a stack for sure, potentially.
Exactly. So it's seeing all that. It's like, it gets me kind of excited, because it's like, now we have to put in more thought to it, and it's gonna be exciting. It's exciting for me.
I also think it's partly a little tone back from the CS stuff, because they realized the Hudi teams are kind of broken in the sense of it's just free memory gain. So it was like, if you're less than 4, you gain a memory, and they all have like that clause basically. Yeah. And so you can't go past like 5 memory basically if you have a bunch of them. So like it kind of like scales it back, so where you just immediately go 7, because like if you have 3 of them, they put you to 3, and you go to 6 or whatever, and like shenanigans happen, right? So it kind of like, I think it's a little bit of a balancing factor, and I think it adds definitely some skill involved, right? Because if you're playing against that, but then you're playing Titans can just force them to be at a certain threshold, and then you're just like, you're cooked, because now I have effects that matter on my turn where you're kind of maybe forced into or something like that, which is kind of cool, I think. I'm so super excited I'm more excited for the TS set than I was for the what was the BT23 called? Hacker's Memory. I was
Hacker Slumber.
Way more hype for that than Hacker's Memory. Hacker Slumber.
Yeah, me too, dude. I'm excited, and like when you actually
it's not just because Diabor X. It was before even Diabor X was revealed. That was hype for this set. Mind you, I'm probably playing this for Nats. All jokes aside, so we'll see.
When you are the TS player too, it'll be fun, because you'll have some, which order should I activate my start of mains in? Like that's gonna be fun, because you're gonna be able to layer that kind of thing, and I don't know. I'm excited for the TS stuff too. I can't wait to get my boy Aegyokusmon and do some punching, man. I'm ready for some bolt break knockdown, baby.
Yeah, you goes all the way up.
You got all your TS promos?
I don't have all of them, but I have I have my playset of Patamon, and if I'm gonna play the yellow base, that's really all you need for that. And I have a playset of Demidevis, so
that's dope.
I'm pretty much good. I got my Anoris, I got my promo Aegios. I'm mostly ready. Mostly. We'll see how the deck lists shape up, because I don't know. I don't think you're playing 4 of every TS promo.
Gotcha. I'm ready to play against you with Beelzemon.
What deck you playing? Actually, BT24 Beelzemon.
I just got my I just hit up my buddy, and he's gonna print me some proxies, so maybe we could do some proxy texting sometime in the near future.
We're definitely gonna be doing a lot of proxy testing for Nats.
Heck yeah.
To kind of bring conversation back to Beelzemon for a sec, I also find myself in a very
Jesus Christ. No, I'm kidding.
In a very funny position regarding, like, okay, there was one time when I first started the game where someone asked me right before tournament started, "Oh, what are you playing?" And I told them I forgot what deck. I think at the time I was playing Beelzemon when it first started. And they're like, "All right, cool." And then they purposely counterpicked me, and they paired into me like round 2 or 3. And then since then, I've stopped telling people what I'm playing at the start of the tournament. But then again, like that's still kind of like a paradox, because everyone knows I'm playing Beelzemon anyways. So I've realized I've been put in a very funny position where if you try to counterpick me, you just kind of mess yourself up for the rest of the format.
Oh yeah, especially today's game. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you tech for me, you're actively hurting yourself in the long run.
Gino be trying to do it all the time. He try to be slick with it. No.
This guy, man. No, what I used to do actually, we had a buddy who, my buddy, he would come to locals and he would play some SetCon, and anytime he'd tell me throughout the day, "Oh, I'm thinking about playing SetCon today," I'm like, "Guess I'm playing Red Hybrid, baby," because I don't want to deal with that shit. 4 checks, no security options. Let's go.
Oh man.
That was Carlos, right?
Yeah. I gotta hit him up, because I bet he'd come back and play every now and again.
He still does, I think, right?
Sometimes.
Oh, because he's in Gundam, right? If I remember right, he's going heavy.
Yeah, he's heavy on Gundam right now. Yeah.
What are you guys excited for in the next few sets aside from the TS stuff?
A few sets in general, or just BT24?
BT24, 25, like anything you in the future that you guys like are at least things that have been announced.
Go ahead, Gino.
Okay. So we talked about the TS stuff, which obviously Dan and I are both excited to play in various different capacities, but I can't wait to get my hands on Styrakomon. I can't wait for Medusamon to be like an actual deck.
Good deck.
I played a fun match with Dan last night with Medusamon, and I beat Hoodie with Medusamon. Ladies and gentlemen, it can be done.
One game. It was one game out of 3.
Dan was playing Hoodie?
Yeah.
It doesn't count then, because it was Dan.
Yeah.
No, but man, like the deck is not great right now. But
I built Hoodie for us to play a test with. Does not mean playing it in like nationals or a competitive setting at all.
That's good.
But Styrakomon, I'm very excited for whatever we get out of EX11, because I love Liberator. I'm all caught up on the comic and the novel, and all that stuff is really cool. I'm very excited to see Shoto get his comeuppance. I'm hoping for a green deck to be good again. Make green good again, Bandai. Just ban HBD. Just because Hoodiemon is half green, it's not a green deck. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, it has a green egg. Hoodiemon is half green. Wormmon is green. The main
Erica is green.
Erica's green. I'm just saying.
Not a green deck. Listen, does that suspend you and return you to hand or bottom deck? No, it does DP neg. That's a yellow deck.
He's spitting facts here, dog.
Alliance was a green mechanic in the beginning, you know?
Oh my god. Yeah, green gets all of the Green gets all of the test bed stuff.
Yes,
and then
yes, Brito, because Alliance first came out when Mega Guard Ace came out.
No, it came out before that in EX4, but it was also for the
But
bunnies.
it was bunnies, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah, it was the Tutorimon and the Wendigo and all that stuff.
Yeah, so they're also like half yellow, half green. There was also one that was
And
like
half
purple green.
Yeah.
That deck's fun. I still have that in the box over there because I love Alliance Rabbits.
My black and gold, Cherubi's on the way, you know what I'm saying? Well, I might rebuild it.
Heck yeah, man. But yeah, what else? What's BT25? That's Savers stuff, right?
BT25 is Data Squad, Savers, however you want to call it.
Yeah,
more
so,
TS and Beat Break.
So famously, my favorite Digimon series is Savers or Data Squad. And so I'm very excited. I get another Mirage. I hope I can ask you how many cards are in your hand. It's going to be great. I can't wait to go back to my blue. I can't wait to make us both draw cards, okay? It might be a blue deck, but it's red because our draw. Okay.
Yeah, get this guy out of here.
No, but I love Savers. I'm hoping we get some Ravemon. I hope that deck gets good, gets some love. Obviously, Beat Break freaking rules. We just finally got the evolution for Geckomon, and it was so sick. So yeah, I hope the Beat Break decks are cool. I wonder how far along in Beat Break we will be at that point because we're now entering the second arc. So we'll see.
I think it was just announced they're getting an English dubbing, right?
Yeah.
Correct. And they have the first 5 episodes going to be dropping December something.
Ooh.
Or beginning of January. I don't remember. I know they said the date, but I just know they already have they already dubbed the first 5 episodes, and they're dropping all 5 episodes on Crunchyroll. Dub.
That's dope.
Pretty cool for people like the dub.
Yeah, I don't understand Japanese, so like I gotta watch it dubbed.
I agree too.
Nah, I'm a subs guy. But realistically, the answer to your question, Brito, is even if I'm not interested in a set, what'll happen is I'll be like, there's not really much I want to build here. It'll be a week before set release. I'll look at the card list and be like, I want to build every deck. This is awesome. Yeah. It happens to me like every set. Like every set. There's like maybe 1 or 2 decks I don't care about, but like I want to build everything else. There's the new freaking Appmon that looks like it's going to be the best Appmon deck we got so far.
80s Mon, yeah. Dude, that's what I'm excited for. I never thought I'd be excited for an Appmon until it looked cool. That's about it. And it was purple.
Until it was purple. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it was, because it's purple, low-key. That's the real reason. Purple got my name on, call it a day, right? That's I don't care about Appmon, to be honest, but I'm happy for the people that are happy for Appmon stuff, you know? Because all Digimon deserve love, including Appmon.
Yes, absolutely. Now another question for you guys. Talking about like Appmon and stuff. You know how they're the ones that first started off with the whole linking thing, and now Sakuyamon has linking.
Yep.
Would you guys be as what?
And TS also has link.
Oh yeah, they're getting that next set.
Yeah.
Right. Would you guys be excited for like linking mechanics in your favorite decks?
Hell yeah. Anything that proves and that correlates with the times, all about it.
Ragnalord should have always been a link deck.
Yeah.
Why am I not equipping my Legend Arm trait Digimon like Lynx? It just makes sense.
It really does.
I love Ragnalord. That's my pet deck.
I think you and I have had a bunch of matchups with that, right? Yeah.
I play Ragnalord occasionally when I want to have a good time, and when I want to have a fun time, not a good time. Yeah, exactly. I want to have a fun time, not a good time. I break out the Ragnalord, but that's still double sleeved. Haven't taken a single card out of it. I love that deck. I love my Ragnalord, man.
Dude, you love it as much as I love Beelzemon?
I don't know if I love it that much. If it was a good deck, yes. But
I had Bill Ragnar like when the starter decks came out, and I haven't touched it. Like I think I played it like 1 or 2 logos, and that was it.
Gotcha.
I love Ragnarok. He's such a cool looking Digimon, dude. Like, and like once they figure out how to make the deck work, it could be good because all Ragnarlords read really good. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think every single card that they've come out during that time has always read well, and it was always kind of implemented well. But then they would immediately come out with something that was like the boogeyman of the format, which kind of overshadowed it a little bit. So it's only like the real true stands would play it and do well with it.
Yeah.
But
you always saw those random tops from the one person.
Exactly. It's like
those guys are my goats.
Yes, dude. Yes. But like they haven't touched it ever since. Like they haven't given support to the deck ever since. It's not Bandai's child, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
No, none of us here are Bandai's child because it's Gilmon and Vmon. That's all it is they care about.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's not true. We're getting Wind Guardians. We're getting Deep Savers. My families are back.
Yeah.
My families are back. I love Deep Savers. I'm a Deep Savers. So
love Deep Savers too.
You can tell that I love Deep Savers and Ragnarlord because even though they're not good, I took them to Ultimate Cups. I've played Ultimate Cups with those decks because I just love them so much. So
nice. Well,
I'm excited.
Ultimate Cups have become that kind of like, hey, somewhat casual format where you can get decent pricing, and if you do well, you do well at an Ultimate Cup. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So win-win.
Come on. Don't you want to be the guy that topped with Deep Savers? Like, come on. Like,
I want to be the guy that topped the Beelzemon, which I did. I got 5th place in one a few weeks ago. Oh, last month, I mean.
Nah, the deck's too good. I'm talking about off meta stuff.
Gotcha. Oh, so you guys are acknowledging Beelzemon is meta.
Dan and I have always thought that Beelzemon's a good deck.
Good.
Yeah,
okay.
Great deck.
Good.
I just never said it was meta.
Because I again, I'm gonna be biased here, but I always thought that it was in the top like 2 of like tier 2, maybe tier 1.5. I've never thought maybe it was tier 1. Closest it's ever going to be to tier 1 is probably right now, just because it has a good matchup into the boogeyman of the format. But I've always believed it was tier 2, tier 1.5, like playable enough for me to feel comfortable taking it to a regional.
For sure.
Yeah.
I have a Beelzemon question. But go ahead, Dan. What are you excited for? Tell us the decks you're excited for.
There's only one deck that matters in the world now.
Diaboromon. Yeah, we know.
Caramon X is broken. Diaboromon X is broken. There's just so many cool combos you can do, and I immediately stopped the conversation when it comes to talking those cards in Discords and different chats because I could tell the difference between someone immediately just with Diaboromon X itself. I could tell immediately who knows how to play the deck, who doesn't know anything about the deck, and so having those conversations with those people that don't know anything, and I'm trying to explain them. Like, yo, this is what you can really do with this card. And they're like, I don't see it. You never played Diaboromon. It's cool. I understand. Don't worry. Let me show you how it's done out here. You know what I'm saying? The card, you can do so many. It reads really well. Then you think about the Diaboromons that it plays out. None of them has on play. So then you're thinking of like, oh, this doesn't do anything. Then you really think about what you could possibly do. And that's where like my brain is churning because I know those combos that you can do, how you can really activate those all turns effects on your turn when you play it out, how you do A, B, and C, and it just does so much. Just with it having overclock and blocker by itself, very strong. Like that's what the deck needed. It needed overclock, 100%. Like that's not used in archetype. Like, I mean that was in archetype I should say because some people were testing out Z Millennium because that's overclock. You can use it to pop your tokens, still swing with it. So now you have overclock in archetype. I've already thought of how crazy you could do with the combos. Like with the bare minimum, if you go first, if you have Kara X in the back, you give them 1. If they give you 2 memory, you use that Kara X and go to Diaboromon with just 2 memory. This is the bare minimum, like your worst case scenario. What you do, I'm not even talking about having like a Kara X training, have set up or anything. I'm saying with just a Caramon X in the back with 2 memory equals Diaboromon. You're passing over with 3 memory with that combo, but you set up with Diaboromon immediately. Turn 2 immediately. They can't answer that. You win next turn. That's basically what it is. Like that's how crack the Caramon X is. I can go in more details about it and like how that's game, because if you don't know the deck itself, you're like, how's that game? Don't worry, trust me, I've done the math. I know how you get 6 checks just from that.
Parent to Dan, and you'll find out real quick.
yeah. God forbid I high roll on it. But that's a low roll, really. That's a good thing about it. Like, you a low roll, like go, all right, Kara X, and that's it. And as long as they give you 2 memory, you're good to go. Like, obviously they have to give you the 2. If they don't know, it's very easy to get 2 memory back if you give them 1, right? There you go, Evo in the back, play a mem boost, play a tamer. You're cooking. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty cool. And if it's even better, you go Kara X, and then you go training. Yeah, that equals Beelzemon on that same turn. It's just so much you can do with just the Kara X. And then the Beelzemon X allows you to do a lot of different combos that it's on your turn and on your opponent's turn as well. So I'm excited. I'm gonna be play testing the crap out to see if it's legit or not. I think it can be. We'll see when it comes to that part.
So it sounds like Beelzemon's getting a lot of new tools and a lot of new stuff to help it really bring up its power level.
Just those 2 cards. Yeah.
Just those 2 cards.
Mind you, think the deck is the deck is strong itself right now. It's just because the way the game is, it's just like people don't touch it right now because it's like, I gotta learn things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's new shiny toy stuff. Beelzemon could do well if someone were to really do it. It's just that point of it need that extra boost to guarantee that. And I think those 2 cards does that for you. We'll see. No, we'll see.
Do you think those cards will fix some of the issues it had before? Like, do you think it would help out with some of its bad matchups?
Depending on what do you like, I don't know. Probably not in that sense, but it makes you accelerate your game plan. It makes your game plan better. And so maybe those matchups aren't as bad because it accelerates your game plan. I see. And like it advances your game plan even more. Like, right, you go Beelzemon X, you're now double Beelzemon stacks going now. If they don't deal with it, you could potentially play more out because you can play it from your hand. There's just so many different things you could do with it. It does, because of that, if you think about it like this, you could get around the biggest issue with Beelzemon is Digivolve. If you're now hard playing your Beelzemons that you want to keep on board, you get around the Digivolve aspect, and you keep those effects like EX, EX7, EX8, whatever it is. Beelzemon, the one that gives jamming blocker. That can be a thing as well. That part. You're still gonna lose the Crimson Blaze if that pops out. Like, ain't nothing you gonna do about Crimson Blaze. But like, I think it's just that strong where you can do that. You can also go turn 2 Armageddon, which is funny as hell when you think about it, because the character actually just pops a token. You get it, and that's good for like Omnimon matchup. You run into Omnimon, you go turn 2 Armageddon, you can't play the game because there's no way you're out of Armageddon. It's hard as hell for out there. It shuts down all on Evo effects for level 7s. So that means all the Omnimons aren't doing much. They have to rely on War Greymon popping. But if you have a bunch of smaller bodies to pop first, they're never going to be able to pop it. So it's really hard. Or the only other thing is you swing at security and then you die to Omnimon. That's the only way they're outing it, really. At that point, which is pretty cool. There's just so many things you can do. So I'm excited for it. I'm also excited for Titamon deck, the Titans version. Super
that looks crazy.
It reads really strong, I think. I'm definitely play testing that because I think that's one of my decks that I might consider for Nats as well. I think it's gonna be really cool to play. What else? Jupitermon is super cool looking. A lot of TS stuff is just really cool, I think, and I'm definitely gonna play it. We got new sea animal aquatic stuff, so I'm gonna test that out in my fish deck. At the same time, we got Beta X in that same time. So, Giga Season about to pop off, super exciting for that. What else? Following up after that, we have the reprint set. I know, they mentioned it. I'm just happy for people who don't have the cards for the reprints. That's what I'm happy for. Like, if you don't have whatever it is so far, they show like the Pyojimons, super expensive. Hey, now you get Pyojimons, right? For those people that need them.
I like how they're also making them look somewhat different. Where like a gold border kind of thing.
The gold border looks nice, yeah.
Dude,
I think that's cool. And we haven't seen whatever else is in the reprint set, but so far some banger hits. I really would love to get me the AA burst mode, Sean Greymon burst mode art. I think that's so cool. I love it. Because I'm a big Sean Greymon player myself, so I'm excited to see that. I think we're getting the dual cards in that as well, or at least the first set of the dual cards. So that'd be exciting to see. I think
which dual cards?
I thought that wasn't coming until the starter decks, but I'm not sure.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's Marcus and Friends that's getting it. I just know it's Sean Gray is getting one. I thought it was ADO one. Maybe it's not. The new mechanic they're hinting at the dual card.
There you go. Yeah, I get you now. I understand.
So maybe it's not. I know if we're getting new cards in it. I don't remember what it's for then. Because I think they said like 30 new cards, something like that in the reprint set.
Yeah.
But anyways, what else? Yeah, BT25 seems pretty cool, right? We got Shine, hype for that. B-Break, pretty cool. TS stuff, be cool. What else? Yeah, it's just EX11. Hey, EX11, I'm hyped for more fish support. Ryugumon, they spoiled the Ryugumon at this point. Ryugumon reads really well, and the Yao is so good. Oh my god. Starter main, just play something underneath. Pop off plays after that because Gino knows. Yeah, we won't have to talk. So good. So good.
We are fish brothers.
Yeah. And so that's super exciting. And those manga rares look fabulous.
Ooh,
beautiful.
There probably will, but I really hope they could do all the Liberator SPs like that because gorgeous.
Yeah. I think it's awesome. I think that's awesome.
We're talking about the SPs for like
the EX11.
Okay. I don't think I've seen those yet.
Oh, you gotta look at that.
Only the Ryugumon. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
If you get a chance to look at it.
It's got like the manga panels in the background.
Okay, I'll take a look at them later.
And then in the middle is like Ryugu in color, and the way it looks is just beautiful looking. Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. I see. I'm looking at a reveals page. Yeah, I see. Oh, that does look nice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So for Liberators, I don't play much of the Liberator decks besides Ryugumon, Galacticmon. So Galacticmon support always good to see whenever if we're getting that, which we should be. That new Metatron looks cool with the new 50 card dot deck. Yes. Always funny when we get those because you never know if they're gonna be good or bad. Which is so funny to me. What else? Dinos should be cool to see. You get a new Dino 7. What else?
Man, you love a lot of decks. You're excited for a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I'm always excited. Like I might not play all these decks anymore. Like in the beginning, I still try to play everything, but I might not play all of them. I'm just excited for people who are excited for these cards, and I'm also excited to see if they're gonna do well too. You know.
For me, it comes
EX12,
down to
EX12 is hype. I think EX12 is hype.
Yes.
Shambhala, and then we finally get Virus Busters and Metal Empire. Ooh.
Let's go. They're gonna be bad because the first wave of support's always bad. Woo.
Look, don't do this. Okay.
Listen, I hope they're good.
NSP,
I've built every family deck. I hope it's good.
Yeah. Super exciting. I think we have a good set of, the first half of the year is super exciting for Digimon, I think. Digimon card game, I should say. Yeah. I'm excited for everything.
As someone who only really plays one deck, when it comes to all these other decks that are coming out, I'm excited to play against them.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, learn how your deck plays into them, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'm a little bit of a hypocrite when I say this, but like variety is very good.
Imagine the guy that only plays one deck is like, I love variety.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why sometimes I feel bad that like, fortunately my locals loves me and they understand. It's like, oh, Beelzemon, that's the deck he enjoys playing. No one has ever given me crap about playing Beelzemon.
Yeah, I mean, why should it?
Yeah, because during PT12,
we never give crap to the people at our locals that play like one deck as well. It's just it is what it is,
Yeah.
In a way, it becomes their deck.
Yeah.
And
then I don't ever want to touch the deck.
Yeah, right. it always ends up like that.
When the starter deck came out and everybody and their moms are playing Beelzemon, like, oh, my entire locals, they're like, oh man, Beelzemon, it's so annoying to play against. it's such a high roll deck. It's like filthy meta players playing Beelzemon. Beelzemon's such a crap deck. It's like, except for you, Brito. Like you're cool. You earned this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. So when you love a deck that's rogue and it's not doing well, and then it becomes like tier 1, you always gotta respect the players that were playing on day 1, right? Like
Yeah,
that stuck with
always
it.
gotta. Yeah.
They played it when it was bad, and they deserve it when it's good.
Exactly. It just sucks when you see everybody else playing your deck when you know they never touched it a day in their life prior. The only downside is
it felt really bad for me because there was then other people that were doing better than me with my own deck, and it drove me to like work on the deck even more. So even by the time after it got hit and people hopped off it, I still had that mentality of like, I need to be the best Beelzemon player out there.
hey, I mean, at this moment of time, I think you've done it. I think you've done it.
Yeah, but I gotta keep consistent with it, and I gotta keep on doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to top at least one event every format with Beelzemon. I think that's, if Bandai gives us more events, I think that goal can be achievable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not achievable, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't. I switch up every once in a while, and then I find one deck that I love, and I grind it to the ground, and then I get like something happens, and then I get sick of it, and then I move on to the next.
When it comes to locals, I play a different deck basically every week, and that's just how I am. I grind something out for like a week, like by myself testing. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna take it to locals and see if it can win locals, and then I usually do, and then we go from there. But when it comes to like major events, I have like that one deck that's on standby that like, this is my deck that I'm going to just tweak little by little as we go, and this is the deck that I'm going to take to major events. And yeah, that's my mentality.
I can't do the Brito where like I play one deck. There's so many cool Digimon and so many cool decks, whereas I gotta play different things and try them out to see if I like them or not. Like, to be honest, I didn't know I was gonna be a huge Purple Hybrid fan. Like, I played Purple Hybrid, the OG version of it, from like the Cherubi version where you pop Cherubi, play your Lucemons or whatever. And like my version, I had Lucy and I had the Bushiagumon. So like,
pop you played
like,
Pinata.
Yeah, the Pinata version. Yeah. So fun. That was such a fun deck. Loved it. So like, I was like, when I noticed that new version wasn't playing that style, I was like, whatever. And then I played it. I was like, changing people's colors. Great. F up their plays and then, loop, mill, call a day. Oh man, I fell in love with that deck like so much. Like, I don't play it as much anymore, but like when I was playing the APOC version, oh my god, that was probably like that version is probably like the top 5 favorite deck of all time for me, because that was just so fun. Pop it off, doing a bunch of Purple Hybrid shit, and then you just go APOC for 3. Oh, you got rid of it? Cool. Matt, let me grab my Lament, grab back APOC. Let's do it again. Oh my god. I miss Matt so much sometimes, I understand why he got hit, but damn.
Yeah, the deck was definitely fun with it.
When it comes to new cards getting revealed and stuff, at least I'm pretty sure I speak for Dan, but definitely me. I'm a Digimon fan first, and then a Digimon card game fan second. So like, I'm just excited to see new Digimon in the game. I'm excited when the new stuff, like, God forbid the Digimon card game died, I would still be a Digimon fan. I'd still be playing every new Digimon game and watching every new Digimon anime. And so like, for me, honest, that's why I get so excited when new decks come out, because I'm just like, oh, I get to see these Digimon in a new light, and it's even better if they play fun, right? So
yeah, for me, my like lore knowledge extends all the way up to just Frontiers. That's about it. Seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. Did you know? Yes. Dude, I love when you say that, dude. I didn't grow up with any of the games, unfortunately.
Lame loser.
I clearly am.
Hey, today's technology, you can still play them.
Very true. Very true. I'm still actually trying to get through Time Stranger.
Okay, how far have you gotten to Time Stranger?
Dude, like maybe the first 2 hours of it.
Come on.
I got really excited to play it, and then like as I'm getting through it, it's like, all right, wait, I got to do this other thing. Oh wait, I got to like record gameplay footage for my channel, which I still haven't even put up. Yeah, I get sidetracked a lot.
This guy slacking.
Absolutely, and I even trying to build my team in a way where it's like, oh man, I want to make a theme for my team, and I decided to go for
just
team
make
friendship.
6 Beelzemons, call it a day.
No, this time around, I'm doing team friendship, where it's like, all right, each Pokemon, each Digimon is like, it's my friend's favorite Digimon. You get what I mean? And I just name it after them.
Digimon on there?
No, because we're not friends. So, anyways,
that's crazy.
Rivals. You are the Gary Oak to his Ash Ketchum.
Right.
Absolutely. Right. Actually, what is your favorite Digimon? Like, if you had to gun to head pick one.
Nah,
don't worry about it.
I want to know now.
Don't worry about it.
I want to know every time I see.
That's a loaded question, man.
War Greymon? Oh man, I gotta take him off my team. I gotta take him off my team.
But he's a classic. He's a classic.
No, it's not. There's levels to this. No, I'm not one of the people that were just now. I'm day one when Ty came out with War Greymon when I was 1999. All right, since that time. That's how long ago. You know, when I was 6 years old. Okay. Out here bodying Matt. You know.
That's awesome, dude. Okay, going back to the regional, there was this one guy there playing Wargray OTK, and he was like X1, X2 for so long, dude. I think he
that deck is crazy sometimes. Like, I can't believe it can still do that.
That high roll is wild. It's because of Omni X, it just makes it crack. Like,
dude, and okay. This guy was like the talk of the town. He was the one that everyone was focused on, where it's like, holy crap, there's a Wargray OTK in the top tables. Holy shit. He was like X2 or X1 going into like round 7, and I think he lost his last 2 rounds, bubbling him out from top 16.
Damn.
It was rough for him, dude. It was rough. And it's funny because it's like I was hearing all about him, and I didn't realize I had already met the guy like in the earlier rounds. Like he was sitting like in the table next to me, but I wasn't paying attention to what he was playing, and I was just cracking jokes with him because he was just, I don't know, a guy I just saw. I decided to crack a joke with him. He cracked a joke back. It's like, all right, that's it, we're buddies now. And throughout the whole tournament, we'd be sitting close to each other, and I'd just be saying stuff like, oh no, this guy's awesome, bro. This guy saved, like, I don't know, he saved a bunch of orphans. Like, this guy's awesome. He's amazing. He's my dad. And just a random stranger. And then finally, in like round 7, after I'm hearing about Wargray OTK, and I see this guy sitting next to me again. He's playing against Tyler Sear, playing Hoodie, and I'm there cracking jokes with Tyler Sear, talking about this guy, how cool he is. And then finally, I look over at his mat, and I see a bunch of Agumons on the field, and it finally clocks him, and I'm like, "Holy crap! You're the Wargray OTK player." He's like, "Yeah, dude, I thought that's why you were talking to me in the first place."
In conclusion, we've learned that Brito is friends with everyone except Dan.
Yes.
No, in conclusion, Brito has what's going to be named now the Brito Lies. You just can't listen to anything he says because you're bullshitting.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't realize this. Like, I've seen this guy at least 5 times before by the time we make it to round 7, and I wasn't even paying attention to what he was playing.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
This guy.
Oh, man. Yeah. We're about that time of the pod. Any last parting words for our beautiful listeners, audience? Brito?
Well, shout out to the homies. Shout out to DigiGuard. Yeah. You guys are awesome. I love playing against all of you guys.
Thank you.
When it comes to any advice I could give people out there listening, this has to do with what you guys were talking about a few podcasts ago. Try to have a competitive mindset and not a defeatist mindset. Stop thinking decks need to get hit because they're overtuned or overpowered. Stop going to Bandai and being like, hey, hit this for me. Don't go to Bandai asking to fix your problems. Learn how to fix your own problems. Learn how to play around whatever it is you don't like.
Great knowledge. That's some great wisdom right there, Brito.
Yes.
My man just played wisdom training for 2, baby.
Right. Hey, get those +1s on your wisdom stats up there. Chat.
Absolutely.
That's some wise words from Brito right there for sure.
Absolutely.
Gino, anything?
I mean, we've said it. You know, what's left to be said. Digimon rule. They're the champions. That's my parting words.
No, garlic champ.
Oh, this guy. You know what's crazy is that I've never heard anyone mishear that until Dan mentioned it, and then I started seeing it everywhere. Like, what is going on? Like,
he ruined Digimon for you.
Yo, the OG
no one
song,
can ruin Digimon for me.
Good.
Oh my god, that's so funny. But yeah, just follow up. You know, if you have a favorite Digimon and you think it's a good deck, try it. You know, Brito is a perfect example of taking a quote unquote rogue deck or something that's not considered tier 1 right now and doing super well with it. I think that's awesome to be able to do that. And if you have a Digimon that's, you know, low tier deck, try it. I mean, I'm not talking about taking Mamimon or anything like that, you know. Don't do that one. Don't take Mamimon. That's a bad deck. But take a deck that's not considered tier 1, but it's a strong deck, and adjust it to the format. And, you know, make those changes that's needed per format, whatever, and see if you can do well with it. And just keep going from there. You got to grind it out. You got to practice. That's always been something any coach I've ever had in sports. Practice. We always got, including the card game, you can't just always take a deck and run with it and just say, hey, you know, this deck sucks. Well, did you put the time into it? Did you actually learn the deck and do all that stuff? If you did all that and you did and you still say it sucked, hey, power to you. You got it, Chief. But as long as you're doing that, that's what matters. That being said, please hit that like button. Comment down below what you love about Beelzemon, what you love about Brito, if you even know him or care about him, you know what I'm saying? And subscribe if you want to see more podcasts from us and whatnot. With that being said, catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Moment time.